And welcome back for Game 3 against Pod. Previously, you saw me die in a most humiliating way, and I was sad. That was Game 2 in a nutshell. Game 3 started out pretty well. Our hand's not terrible. We got lands, we got some filters. We haven't opened the vault, which is always good. You generally want to have at least an Ironworks or vault in your openers, although I'm guilty of not adhering to that sometimes when I keep some hands. But you know, if you have a lot of draw in your hand, sometimes you just want to take that chance if everything else is good. But we draw into our Ironworks and then immediately into a Pithing Needle, which goes right onto Pod. So I was scared coming into this match for a few reasons. Pod is in all the right colors to destroy us after board, and they pack so many silver bullets half the time because of their ability just to tutor out that you really need a card like Pithing Needle to shut them down. In this game, you know, he had a really good hand. I know he had a Pod in his opener, as you'll see in a bit, because he'll just play a dead Pod. But a Pod player, and this is why Pithing Needle is so great, is they'll keep a hand with a Pod in it, and even if they don't have a hate card to really hate me out of the game, they'll just assume they can Pod into it. So if you have that needle to shut it down, you'll leave them with a pretty mediocre hand. I guess you could say that, you know, about everything, but, you know, if they're relying solely on the Pod to hate me out of the game, I just shut it down, and then I have a lot of time to pick up the pieces before they get removal for that Pithing Needle. So I'll have to find removal for the Pithing Needle first, and then, you know, I'll at least have 1 or 2 turns after that to pick up the pieces and try and take the game down. At least in this one, after the needle wasn't just complete annihilation, I had all the tools in my hand to make this go fairly fast. As you can see, double Citadel, Ichor, Flask, and a Sculptor, along with the Ironworks in hand. But he plays a card that is deceptively good against me. Canonist, while allowing me to play all my artifacts, which is fine for him, he's like, whatever, just draw the cards you want, it stops me from cycling very hard. So at this point, I guess my plan was to just set up the best I can, and hopefully I can pull something out with like a face reward, you know, by just drawing a bunch of cards. But I sort of have a mini called shot coming up, and for the rest of this video I'm just gonna let my stream do the talking. I'm just gonna go straight to the audio from the live stream, and yeah, from there you'll see the rest of the game. You'll actually have a little bit of music, which will be nice. And yeah, I'll see you in the next game, where we're switching things up a bit, and I'm gonna go over to the Tron build for a game against Tron and a game against Merfolk. So until then, guys, I'll see you later. I need to try and draw one of those win cons. See what happens. It can go off once, which I think's fine. Let's see what happens. I mean, we're gonna get all this back anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. We want an Emrakul. There you go, man. How's that? Are you entertained? At 13, 15, Emrakul. There we go.